Green Bay Packers could have a completely new signal caller in Jordan Love being and playing, calling the shots, for them in 2023. Like Aaron Rodgers, we all know the situation with the Jets seems to have fallen through, but we never know, especially when it gets down to draft night. Things could be pretty interesting to say the least. But today we are going over the dream draft scenarios where we talk about the Packers, everything going on for them. I say Packers. What am I? I don't know what's going on, but being from the Midwest, it was bound to happen. But the Packers are in a spot where they do have needs along a couple of different areas, and I really feel like whether it's tight end, wide receiver, D line, wherever they want to go with it, I think they're going to be in a pretty good spot to be able to fill some of these needs. So today like I said, we're talking about the dream draft scenarios for the Packers. The best case scenario, the worst case scenario, and then also what do we think is going to happen. So between those three things there, and so as we get our mock draft simulator pulled up here, yes, it's not a mock draft, but we're at least just going to go ahead and put this into perspective and show you what could possibly happen for the Packers. So 7 rounds, again, this isn't a mock draft. We're just going to go ahead and enter it and see how things go from here. And so the Packers at 15, like we all know, like most likely the first 4 picks of the draft are going to be quarterbacks, so is what it is there, because we could see the Texans or even the Cardinals trade out of those 2 and 3 spots respectively, and then go from there. Really, we could see a lot of teams trade up for their quarterback. So in terms of starting the draft, I think we're going to be in a really good spot for the Packers. So right off the bat, is it bat, whatever. You see the Packers here at 15. This is going to be interesting because PFF has them having a need at quarterback. I don't see it. Again, Jordan Love, I'm excited to see what he could do with the Packers. But you got Lucas Van Ness at edge. He would be a lot of fun. Also, Dalton Kincaid. This is such a deep tight end class that even if the Packers don't get a guy in the first round, there's just such a deep class. You could get anybody. It really doesn't matter. So tight end is looking good for you. So if you want to go with wide receiver here, to me, the dream draft scenario here for me is Jackson Smith and Jigba falling to you at 15, because that dude is a dude. Like in the slot, he's going to be that dude he's going to take over football games. I think he's going to be a lot of fun. Also, if you want to trade down, another dream scenario would be maybe getting back up into the second round to be able to get back up into the first round, because then you could get guys like Jordan Addison, a little bit later on there, and then also maybe get Darnell Washington one time. That would be a lot of fun. So again, I really feel like the dream draft scenario here would be Jackson Smith and Jigba, but if he goes trading back, because you could also go Brian Branch here. There's a lot of different things you could do, but for me, the best wide receiver in this class in JSN falling to you at 15. You would like literally skip all the way up to call his name. You would be so happy. So right there, that would make a lot of sense. And plus you could also trade down. So, but if this is how the board falls, Michael Mayer was supposed to be that dude at number 1. He really was. I really could see the Packers going a lot of different ways, but Brian Branch here, out of all of these, again, with how deep this tight end class is, this is a lot of fun for me, getting a safety. And it's like the Packers have some crazy number, like 7 safeties currently on the roster, but Brian Branch is just a different breed. He immediately makes this defense so much better. So into the second round, I still think that the dream draft scenario is still ending up with a guy like Jalen Hyatt, or a guy in the caliber, and hopefully he's still here, like Michael Wilson. He would make a lot of sense. He's a big-bodied wide receiver. I don't think he got necessarily the chance at Stanford because Tanner McKee and the rest of that offense didn't exactly click, but you could go Michael Wilson here. He would make a lot of sense. Or if you want to trade down, possibly get him or get some more draft capital, that would make sense too. Or if you really wanted to go Darnell Washington in this spot, I still think he would potentially be there. Or did he already go early in the second round? No, Darnell Washington, getting him in the second round would be an absolute steal. I think he's still a first round tight end, even though I know there's a little bit of hang up with his production in college and all that, but I still think he's that dude. Plus there's going to be wide receivers in the third round that you could go after. And this is also a very deep edge class if you want to go edge. But if D tackle is a need, you might want to address it here with a guy like Siaki Apuika, to me, who makes a lot of sense. But if you wait until the third round, there's still some dudes that I would be pretty happy with. A guy like Broderick Martin a little bit later on that, he's not the pass rushing guy, but he is a guy that, Keanu Benton too. So between Keanu Benton and Siaki Apuika, Kobe Turner would be there. Zach Pickens has been one of my draft crushes throughout this entire draft. Broderick Martin would be. So between Broderick Martin and Jonah Tavai, that would be really looking good there in the 4th and 5th round too. So, there's definitely options. The Packers, it's going to be interesting to see how their board falls and how they have people and certain players going in specific spots. But that is it. There's our dream draft scenarios for the Green Bay Packers. Let us know what you guys think. What is the dream draft scenarios for the Packers, and how do you see this falling, into place? Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about our dream draft scenarios for the Green Bay Packers in the 2023 NFL Draft.